Can you beat your fear of the stock market? I've made a daily game where you have to buy the dip, sell at the peak, and invest the best with $1,000. Now let's take a look at the global stats for the 4th of October. What was our company? It was in the industrials, tools and accessories business, and we went back to the mid-1990s. So in this first stage, people are trying to buy the dip. Let's look at our price chart. Where is going to be the lowest price? We've varied around 28, and then it shot up to 38. There's the first half of the price chart. Let's see the first half of how people try to time the market and buy the dip. So not many of you letting go straight away. We're down to just over, still about 60% of you holding. Okay, moment of truth. Was the dip here, or is it going to appear here? Let's take a look. Oh dear. The emotions of these 6% of people still holding, I'm going to guess they're going to be a bit fraught. Look at that. Flat, 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 flat. Everyone holding, people thinking actually maybe it's now or never. Ouch. And then 20% of you left holding till the end. There we go. The dip was right at the start. How does that transfer to percentage of achievement of buying the dip? Ouch. That is a bit brutal. So let's look at the price charts. We're now trying to do the opposite. We're trying to time the peak of the chart. A lot of volatility. That must have been really scary to see. And then it rockets up there. So this line is going to start at 0, and then it's going to rise up as more and more people sell. Everyone holding again. And then, wow, okay. Let's reveal the rest of the price chart. Oh, is it going to come back? Or was that the peak at 56? That was the peak. Now let's see how we did. Whoa, look at that. So 70% of you thought that was it. And then, oh dear, everyone else holding on. 10% of you holding all the way until the end. And how did that transfer to achievements? Okay, a bit more distributed. Now let's look at spending time in the market. So we're going to grow our money for a long term, over 21 years. Here's the performance of our options in the past 12 months. Given all that volatility, given everything that players have just experienced, how did they choose? Let's see. Okay, only 5% of you picking the company after that. 36% of you going world index. 30% of you picking bonds. Okay. Here's the growth rate, moment of truth. So gold was the winner of today with 9% on average a year growth. World index at 7%. The company, isn't that interesting? Despite all that short-term volatility, the company actually grew 6% on average a year over this growth time. Which ones kept up with inflation? Everything apart from cash. So if you picked cash, your actual spending power would have been reduced over this time. Let's look at percentage achievements. So 23% of you picked gold and grew your money the most in this round. Let's see how that all transfers to making the most of your starting 1,000. Goodness me. I thought yesterday was a streak buster. Today, just over 30% of you ending your streak. And most of you getting between 40 to 59% of the most possible. That was the global stats for yesterday. Good luck today.